I feel this is a very healing energy here, and I wonder what gift or what lesson I could take from Kauai to Scotland.
This is a special healing energy here, and what gifts or lessons should you take from Kauai? Whatever ones you get. Okay? We have the ability to learn from anything whatsoever. Okay? What does that mean, to learn from it? That means to experience something and then either interpret it or use it in a way which is beneficial for ourselves and for others. We can do this with anything. Human beings can do this with tragedy. So it's not like there's one certain lesson to learn. Everything is an opportunity for learning. I know some people use the metaphor, but we don't. This is not a school, this life on this planet. That's a metaphor. Schools that haven't even been around that long, okay, in terms of history. Okay. It's not a bad metaphor. It can be used in a lot of ways, but it's only a metaphor. We're used in schools that we're given lessons by somebody else, by an authority. And those are the lessons that we have to learn in order to move onward. Well, if you start using that metaphor, you start to get real limited. Because if you think a bit, you learned a lot more outside of school than inside. Right? Right? What's given to you outside? Everything that's happening to you at any moment. And you see, you have the ability also to shift your focus and focus on a part of that at any one time. You can go out here if you want to do an exercise. You can focus, walk out of here, and just pay attention to the color blue. And see all the places that the color blue appears. And let those draw your attention and see what you can learn from that. What does the color blue have to teach me today? Well, you see, what you've done is that you've made the focus and you've allowed that to come through to you. You could do the same with leaves, the movement of the wind, the mountains, the technology, the art. See, any one of these things offers an opportunity for learning. Whenever I go on a trip, one of my favorite activities is to go into all the museums in the different cities and places that I go. Oh, there's so many of them. Most people call them shops and stores and department stores and things like art galleries and things like that. But I go in there to learn about the local culture. What an incredible learning experience it is, and it always amazes me the creativity, and the imagination that human beings have all over the place. But see, I make that into a learning experience. And it's a learning experience because I have decided to focus on it in that way. You can do exactly the same thing wherever you are at any time with anything. This is a special place, and like I said before, this is another part of your own mind and spirit. Some part of you will gather and gain whatever your inner spirit feels is needed. You don't have to make an effort. You can just enjoy yourself. The more you enjoy yourself, the more you'll remember the things that are worth remembering. But you also have the option of consciously involving yourself in the process. And that conscious involvement is more of what we do in the shaman path. Okay? You can visit Kauai as a mystic, and that's wonderful, which is basically be here and enjoy and let things happen. And that's a great path. There isn't anything wrong with that. Shamanism, by its very nature, however, is a path of involvement, conscious interaction. Just the way it is. Doesn't make it better. It's just a different way to do things. It's like the difference between being in the audience and the sculpture. Okay? So we tend to encourage this active involvement. And so that's why I keep bringing that up. So you will learn stuff regardless, but you can actively look and focus for specific types. You can say, okay, here's a way to do it. I have this problem in my life. Now that I'm here, I'm going to use the island and use the energy to see what I can find out about this problem. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to pay attention to nature. Or maybe refine it even more, birds. I have this problem, I'm going to look at birds for an answer to this problem. And so you watch all the bird life that you can, and watch their behavior, and watch the interactions, and watch what they do and where they do it, and try to interpret that in terms of solutions for your problem. Come up with some amazing insights by doing that.